Hi, everybody. Welcome to this morning yoga flow to feel your best before you start your day. We're going to start in hero pose, breathing, connecting to our breath, or whatever comfortable seat you like. And begin circling the head, rolling out the shoulders, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And going to the opposite side. We can also begin rolling out the wrists here, breathing deeply and making space for yourself. Next, we're going into our seated cat-cow. So inhaling, pulling the shoulders back, and then exhaling, rounding through the spine and bringing everything through. Follow at your own pace, matching your breath with movement. Inhaling to round through and exhaling to open up through the chest. All right, now we're gonna inhale the arms all the way up overhead. And on your exhale, you're gonna bring your right hand to your left thigh. Left hand comes behind you for a twist. Inhale all the way into your twist here. And inhale the arms back up to center and exhale to the other side. Very good. Now find yourself seated with your knees in front of you. We're going to windshield wiper the legs a few times to open up through the hips. You'll take your time here, moving slowly at your own pace. I have the hands placed behind me for support. And to adjust, you can bring the knees in a little bit more or out a little bit more, depending on how tight your hips are. I know it's the morning, so whatever feels good here. Find yourself now in staff pose with your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead, and on your exhale, fold all the way forward, bringing the hands to the ankles, the shins, or the toes. Letting everything relax here. The head can be very heavy here. Just relaxing, breathing into the belly. Inhale all the way up, arms come up, and on your exhale, fold back over. Try to go a little bit deeper than you did the first time. And inhale back up. Next, we're going to come to a tabletop position, wrists underneath the elbows, knees underneath the hips, inhaling to open up through the chest, and exhaling, rounding through for our cat pose. Taking things now at your own pace, inhaling to open and exhaling to hold the navel to the spine and round through the spine for our cat pose. Maybe finding some organic movement here. Giving yourself permission to be present for this short practice today. We're going to inhale up into a plank and then push back into a downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here. This is our first down dog of the practice. Maybe bending both knees or bending one knee and then the other before we come back to a plank. And then push back into downward facing dog. Continuing to pedal the feet if that feels good. Pulling back to plank one more time. And then pressing back to our final downward facing dog. Before we bring the big toes to touch, knees come as wide as the mat, and we sink the chest into the mat for our child's pose. Option to place a block underneath the chest for a little bit more height and support. Continuing to connect to the breath, and on your inhale, come all the way to the belly, Pushing up into an upward facing dog, pulling the shoulder blades together, pelvis stays heavy on the floor. Push back into downward facing dog. Very good. Option to pedal the feet. Push into a plank pose. Drop the knees and push back into your child's pose one more time. Sink a little bit deeper than you did in your first one before coming into a tabletop pose. From tabletop, we're coming into gate pose, anchoring through the left hand and the left knee. Our right leg comes out straight and our right hand comes up straight above overhead as we look up. Option to take a bind here. Coming back through center and anchoring through the other side. We're going to anchor through the right knee and the right arm. Left leg comes out straight and left arm comes all the way up above the head. Rolling all the way through back to tabletop. We're going to take puppy pose. So our knees stay planted, walk the hands out before sinking our chest all the way into the mat here. Our chin and chest can come to the mat if possible. If not, just having the forehead meet the mat is completely fine. Active through the tops of the feet here. Begin rolling onto the belly for Sphinx pose. Taking a second on the forearms to just pull the shoulders back and have a moment of stillness. Breathing into the belly, active through the toes. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the right arm to meet the right foot or the right ankle and begin stretching out through that quad. Option to lay the forehead on the opposite arm. Holding here. If this is ever painful or uncomfortable, feel free to adjust or reset. And on your next inhale, we're going to release and come to the other side, grabbing the left foot with the left arm. Option to bring the forehead to the right arm this time. Releasing. And then if you can, we're going to try to grab both feet and pull our torso off of the mat. So this should never be painful. Just follow what your body is telling you today. If you can stretch a lot, stretch a lot. If you can't get both feet, that's completely fine. But this is your practice, and so just listen to your body and find what works for you. We're releasing here, coming all the way to the belly. And then inhaling up for our reverse boat pose. Arms come to the side. Squeezing through the glutes, lifting. Exhale. Inhaling back up for our reverse boat. Feet come off the mat, knees come off the mat, torso, and exhale. And for our last one, inhaling all the way up and relaxing all the way down, taking our time. We're going to try to take that last pose one more time, grabbing both ankles with the hands. Breathe all the way into the belly and release any tension. Good, release. Push back into child's pose. Big toes come to touch, knees come as wide as the mat. We're going to spend a few moments resting here in child's pose. On your next inhale, start coming into a comfortable seat. Take your time getting here. We're going to roll out the head one more time. Just feeling out the clicks and the ticks. Rolling out the wrists if that feels good. Inhaling the arms all the way up and exhaling to release. Inhaling the arms all the way up one more time and exhaling to release. Last time, all the way up, bringing all your energy up and exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you in our next videos, but for now, I will see you soon. Bye.